Why do parents expect you to go to their house? Probably a cultural, respect your elders, thing. On the few occasions my parents have come to my house, Thanksgiving being one, they always seem like they want to leave as quickly as possible. They live 10 minutes away, so now I only invite them for holidays or birthdays. And they usually leave within 2 to 3 hours. I moved out at 18. I'm now 23. My parents have never once been to my apartment, but always expect me to go to their house. Probably for the same reason my parents never call me but get mad if I don't call them. They expect me to put all the effort into maintaining a relationship without them putting in any effort. They're afraid you're going to pull the "my house, my rules" card on them. Agree. My retired father-in-law moved 5 hours away. At the time we had young kids and were both working. He shamed us for not coming to visit. I wanted to tell him that he was the one that moved away and to get his retired ass in the car and come visit us. Now we see him once a year at most. I always tell my relatives, same road. You can also use it. Of course I do visit gladly ones who don't have car etc. Parents often feel a tremendous entitlement to their kids always and forever jumping through their hoops satisfies that entitlement. They gave up so much to raise you, so you owe them. They're the parent. You're the kid, so you do as they say on their turf. They're the authority figure in your house. They're a guest, not the boss. Plus, coming to your house sort of drives home the point nobody wants to admit. That kid they still think of as the 7-year-old trotting off to catch the school bus in the cute Whittle sneakers? Now, a grown-ass adult, with their own life, more than 90% of the way to their own 7-year-old. That kid hasn't been 7 in 2 or more decades. Time is marching on and the parents have only gotten older. Nobody likes thinking they're not necessary. Acknowledging that you've become the adult they say they wanted you to be. That's kinda reminding them that you don't need them anymore. That you can make your own sandwiches. Find your own gas money. Wash your own clothes. That you no longer need a parent. That there is social parity. You've become their peer. That bugs a lot of parents. They want you to stay a kid who needs their parenting. They might like the freedom of not having you underfoot every day. But they don't like the idea of having to view you as an actual adult with independence. My mother-in-law thinks her house is the center of the universe and every holiday should be celebrated at her house. She is the matriarch and none of her children married into families that are connected. 2 of her daughters married former foster kids with incredibly broken families and the other is divorced. My house is the largest in the family. It's centrally located and a shorter distance for the most people to travel. I decided to host Thanksgiving one year and Christmas the next. She begrudgingly tolerated Thanksgiving, but threw a hissy fit at Christmas. We had to put our collective feet down and inform her that going forward, holiday gatherings would rotate. Because people are weird. Anyway, plan your stuff. Invite people. If they come, great. If they don't come, also great. Was just thinking about this. I absolutely love my in-laws and they are wonderful people, but they insist on hosting weekend lunches, afternoons at their home. About 45 minutes away from us. For birthdays, holidays, etc. IWFH. But I do work weekends and can't travel while I'm working. I work an admin job that functions like a hotline. So I have to be able to access my computer and actively respond to emails, calls on a strict deadline even though the environment is pretty chill. Rather than making it easier on us and coming to our place or rescheduling to later in the evening or on a weeknight, my in-laws will just invite my husband and send leftovers home for me. I rarely get to see them because of this. I know it's nice to be able to cook good food in your own kitchen. But damn, don't you want to see your daughter-in-law more than you want to host lunch for 6 people who can easily come to our place instead? If it happened just once in a while, I'd understand more, but it's every single birthday or holiday. I know it's not purposely malicious or unkind on their part and that they love me very much. But being constantly left out gets really old. The embodiment of the birds returning to the nest. Also, the youth are expected to make the extra effort in commute. Set boundaries with these people and maintain them. Don't cave to their wishes and wild demands. Reading through the responses made me sad. It seems like most of Reddit is looking for a fight and is happy to stir animosity whenever they have a chance. Nearly all the responses were clearly from the child's point of view, and there's clearly a generational and experiential gap in perspective. Anyway, here's my simple parental perspective. My home was, is, and always will be my children's home. They do not need to leave. They are not intruding. I welcome their presence for as long as they have time. We can all move freely throughout the house and property without concern. This is not reciprocal. I am a guest in my children's homes. I have no things there. I have no memories there. It is just a place. I feel awkward after the initial greetings and conversations fade. I would not simply wander their house idly doing my own thing as they would do in mine, ours. That would be disrespectful of the home they built with their own family. Now, in fairness, none of the remarks above are excuses. They are just reasons. There is a time when children blend traditions with their spouses and create new ones. Parents need to respect this and remember that while our children may be the center of our universe, the opposite should never be true. I suggest you have a respectful but frank conversation with his parents. They may not be aware of your frustration, or they may have altogether different reasons for their behavior. Regardless, you need to clear the air. Reddit is unlikely to help you find peace. It's just not what this platform does. Talk to them. They too were once children and will remember dealing with their own parents in adulthood. Mess with the order of visitation and the universe will crack. I'm 58. My parents only came over on birthdays and on special invitation. Every holiday, we went over. I still drop by regularly. Especially now when they need care and it helps to keep an eye. I've been trying to convert to train ourselves to be ready to move to our children's homes when we will need care. Standard conviction exists that why would I depend on the kids? I have to keep reminding that we will need help. Let's just not make it difficult for them to help us. I guess it's hardwired into our genes. It kind of depends. In your case, it's just your parents not wanting to put in any effort. But in many cases, parents have some sort of disability that makes it hard for them to travel. And/or your home is not comfortable for them to navigate. Families get really hung up on these holiday traditions and, in my opinion, lose sight of what's important. Being with people you love and having a nice meal together. I have 2 sons and have decided to let them celebrate where they want to. I may plan holiday meals a couple weeks in advance to free them of conflict. Yet I will hopefully still spend time with them and their families in celebration. As for your situation, try to enjoy your parents, grandparents, in-laws as long as you can. They are aging and you will lose them one day. Find the middle ground and communicate as much as possible. So next time you're on the phone with your folks, tell them to call you once in a while because you feel they aren't reaching out. Give them permission. Tell all of them you want to have holidays at your house sometimes so you can spoil them. Communication is so important. Good luck. Enjoy your family while they are healthy and in your life. I have no idea. That's not the way my family works. If my dad is having a get-together, We go to my dad's house. If I'm having a get-together, everyone comes to my house. If my mom's having a get-together, everyone goes to her house. On major holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, we typically talk about who's going where who's hosting beforehand. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's my sister. Sometimes it's my mom. Sometimes it's my dad. Sometimes it's at my in-laws. It just depends on who feels like hosting. Typically it is whoever has something new to show off. Like this year it'll probably be me because I just bought a badass house. After that it'll probably be my dad because he just built a badass pool. Go dark. Don't talk to any of them for a month. Then say, "Oh, if you'd like to see us you can stop by any time." Quote. While I can't speak for all parents, for my wife and I it isn't that we expect our kids to come over. It's just that we are older. We are tired lol. I know it isn't the same for all. But as you age you tend to get more responsibilities and not fewer. Our parents are elderly and require a lot of help. We have a dog. And she is very old and we don't like to leave her alone. We sometimes have to babysit nieces, nephews. Not just grandkids. Often we have a lot of work responsibilities because we have been there a long time. So we are subject matter experts that get tapped often. None of this means we can't or won't go to our kids' places. It's just not usually how things work out best. In many cultures, families, kids are just expected to essentially take care of their parents. My mom has none of the issues I mentioned previously, yet still expects me to go to her house every time. She's old. It's a lot harder for her. So I understand and just take care of her.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.